Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our signal here, you're welcome to follow any of it as long as you are on SIM. We're not responsible for your trade, and everything here is for educational purpose only. We're not your financial advisor, and we're not responsible for your trades either. Today, at the moment, as we speak right now, we have a trade on the ES and the CL. The ES, if the ES right now, as we speak, if we are able to cross the 37.72, there is a good potential today to go to the 38.13 for the morning session. So we are right here, right now. We are in the middle of that trade where if the ES managed to cross this area here, we are on a very nice long ride to the long side. And if it's not, this is the key. If it's not, then we need to close that trade on the ES immediately on the auto trade. So as we see here, the ES is right in line right here, right now. And if we look in at the pressure in the market, the momentum, we can see the momentum is weak on the higher time frame, and there is weakness to the long side. So that's why I'm a little bit concerned if this is where it's gonna give us the destination for today, if we are able to break those levels or not. So as you see, it's struggling in here, and if we are able to break that, there is a good potential for $5,000 on that trade. If it's not, then this has nothing to do with your auto trade. It means we need to start lock it down. We are testing the new auto trade is going to be released on Monday, and this is the new auto trade we are about to release the next webinar Monday, and this is where we are still testing it, and so again, to our traders, this is going to be released on Monday. To our members, you need to send us your email to verify you, and we need your machine ID, please. So when we release it on Monday, you just take it and install it, and it's yours. On the okay, there we go. We managed to break that area here. A little weakness to the long side, but we're gonna be going straight to the 38.0150. We need a little bit more strength in the market. Also, we are middle of a project right now. What we are going to do, it's been a success. We are on a project where let me explain to you what we are doing now. And I've been working on it very hard. And then for the micro accounts, so what I'm doing right now, uh, we are doing auto trade can adapt to the time frame, stand the time frame, adapt to your auto trade. So what we are doing right now, we are doing something for the micro accounts. I've been testing a lot for the last 2 weeks. Taking one auto trade, one ES. You can use a micro account, and what I'm doing is the auto trade can adapt to your chart. And I don't want to go through a lot of details, but it is in conjunction with a lot of stuff and fib lines. So what we are trying to do here, the auto trade will take one, most likely will close in here, but then it will take another one, and it close right there. Then going long here. So let me refresh this one a little bit. Here one direction, two direction, three direction, four direction. Maybe the resistance line or our fibs is somewhere around there. So what we are now, we are doing something very advanced, and like some people don't have the brain for it. So what we are thinking to do, we wanted to, this is the ones now we are going to project it in conjunction with lines, price line, fib lines, total different matter. And then when we are using a micro account, I want the auto trade to get filled based on 111 filled. So 4 different position on the micro account, cash in all in one. Depends on the market direction. So what we are trying now to establish on this, the next project, because we never finish projects, never. We don't sit down with a junk entry called ATR and yank it for the next 20 years. This is not our style. For the last 10, 15 years, we have non-stop developed, non-stop. And on an average year, we have around 35 to 40 updates. We never sleep. So this is now what I wanted to do. I wanted this to, our problem is not technology, our problem is not auto trades. Our problem is always when we trying to make something after dealing with the traders, non-professional and professional, and then the other job we build systems to some private business, private companies. They have 13, 15 traders, and this is our main job as well. But in this one here, we have a different level of development. But for the individual, it's always a nightmare how you can simplify things for the amateur trading, because it is a total different school when you are developing something for yourself and you know what you're doing, or you are developing for somebody is a handicap with trading. So you have to think about all the corners. This guy, when he's auto trading, he's turning on a dishwasher machine. He's not thinking about trading. So it's always a nightmare to try to figure out how you can get this guy into the safety mood. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to see how the auto trade adapt to the price action, and then stand going on a normal ES. Maybe if you put them to the micro account and let the micro account, so we are dividing this one ES to small trades. Let's say if the market even, this is going to give the trader to be positioned in the different areas, because when you're trying to tell a guy here, there is a certain area on the chart you can trade, you cannot trade, and he brush it off. He thinks he can turn on his dishwasher machine and should be magic happen, and there is no magic happen here. If this market gonna go below that number, as an example on an ES 3762, if this market go below all the way down to the 3748, you cannot trade. Manual trading or auto trading, you cannot trade. Try to explain that to a normal guy treating the market as a dishwasher machine with an auto trade, and he wants everybody to give him money to trade on top of that, and it is a nightmare for development, because what you're trying to do, you're trying to land this guy into safety. So even if you have a bad trade on this, which he will, and maybe when the market is adopting the price action in the market, let's say if this guy, okay, the market is bad or whatever, so let's say if he have a losing trade, stand losing the whole ES as an example, then he will lose 3 small micro ES, and then he will recover on the second trade. So this is where I have been, because the short time we have, the 10 hours is not enough a day, 12 hours is not enough a day, 16 hours is not enough a day. So let's say if this auto trade trying to take a short in here, and he got filled on 3 micro, you can use it for a normal E-mini as well, It's not just for micro account. The guy has more money, he can use it for ES or any other instruments. But let's say he got filled short, and the market is topped up here. Now the auto trade, he can two option here. The auto he cannot here is what it is a fine line, because this is another problem. You do not give access to a trader. Use the auto trade as a dishwasher machine and give him a lot of access to fuzzle with the auto trade. Because if he put his fingers on it, some of the algorithm, if he put his finger on it, he's gonna ruin it because he don't know what he's doing. So we don't want to give too much access to the trader so he will crash the algorithm, the whole principle on it. So let's say if he took 3, the auto trade, I want the auto trade to calculate, not the trader. Because the trader, as long as he's thinking it's a dishwasher machine, there is no hope for him. I'm not dependent on him. And this is my problem. I cannot depend on an amateur trader thinking it's an ATM machine, an auto trade. So if he take one micro account, and let's say it did go wrong, then maybe it will close somewhere around there, okay? Then he do not lose a whole E-mini. Then it will be a closing on 3 trades somewhere around there. However, the challenge we are doing right now on this one here is fuzzled the hell out of me, is how if the market, we took here, and the market in here, and the market did go the opposite direction, what we are trying to develop to be smart auto trade, take one more here, and cash in here. Then it will be all those 5 ended here. And then the auto trade will start open new positions, depends on the market movement. So this is where we barely going to release this one, and then we are going on a new project. And that's me. I mean, I enjoy challenge in the market, and I enjoy it when you can get something out of the last 15 years. We learned a total different experience how the trader behave in the market. And when I came to NinjaTrader, because I did not know NinjaTrader, and when I came to NinjaTrader, I had the NinjaTrader 6 back then, and it was on my desktop for 3 months. I bought the license and everything, but I couldn't stand it because number 6 was very ugly. And I did not know how to work with the NinjaTrader 6 back then, because I was using eSignal and some other platforms. The reason I came to NinjaTrader because our group went to NinjaTrader. I was the last one to come in, and I keep telling those guys, man, this is an ugly platform. But then, when you get to know the NinjaTrader and NinjaTrader 7 come out, NinjaTrader 8 come out, I recognized that NinjaTrader is a very good platform, of course. But number 6 was a really gray, ugly platform back then, especially when you're coming from different platforms. So what we can do in NinjaTrader, and plus our programmers can do C++, which 90% of those programmers solicit themselves. They're not the C++ people. They are uneducated people. They are basic programmers. When you know C++, you can have a wash machine fly. So this is the challenge we learned in the last 10, 15 years, how the traders behave, and what we learn from the experience, the lack of knowledge with the traders about trading can ends up in a disaster, no matter how much you can babysit that trader. If he cannot see it, or he is not involved not emotionally with the trade, but if he doesn't like it, if it's not in his blood, he's looking at it as just an ATM, most likely he will not success. He will not. No matter what you give him, it's going to crash, because it has to be in your blood. You don't have to be smart, but it has to be disciplined, and trading should be in your blood. It's not just you buy a license and you buy an auto trade, and now you have a light bulb on your head telling you you are a trader. A neon light says I'm a trader. No, you're not. You purchased a license, you purchased a dishwasher called Autotrade. Does not mean you are an operator. So a trader, it is like a soldier. You earn your stripes as you go with your experience. You don't bring a soldier and you put him on a jet fighter and tell him, if he bought a jet fighter, does not mean he's a jet fighter. So what we have talked about, the guys are gluing an ATR on an auto trade and call an auto trade. That does not exist in 2022 anymore. This is from 20 years ago. That would have been brilliant. But to bring a MACD and an ATR and call it, and put super glue on it and glue it to NinjaTrader and call it with a trailing stop loss auto trade does not exist anymore, because the algorithm has went from 0 to 100, and you're still riding a donkey and somebody is having a Ferrari. Because when you are auto trading, you have to calculate. We're not the only one using a dishwasher machine. You're gonna have people all the way from Honolulu all the way to Fiji Island, to China, to Europe, to USA. There are plenty traders on auto trading. So you're not the only one on the highway driving and all the roads are open for you, and people are not thinking right, and they think a dishwasher machine is a dishwasher machine, and you turn on the auto trade and you live happily after. This is not existent in the reality, because the other person is auto trading smarter than you. Somebody has to lose money in order for the other one to make money. So the guy is not qualified, or he don't have the right gears, or he is out of date. He don't have time. He will not. If a guy is out of date, he's not gonna have a performance. So a lot of people don't think about this. They think, okay, I turn on the auto trade and everything should be okay, and it is not. It is very far from the truth. So what we are trying to do after we release this auto trade, I wanted to, this is the NASDAQ auto trade right now as we speak, on the new auto trade, and nailed 5,000, that's fine. So as always, the challenge is how you're gonna make this guy not getting into trouble, you know. And in the same time, we have to consider, like my kids have an ear problem, they don't listen. And you have to understand this customer maybe don't have ears to listen. As an example, one time we had a guy from Mexico. We did the installation for him. I told him not to go live, try to see what you're doing. I did the installation myself to him, and I typed it for him so he can read it. Do not go live. He wrote down, sure, no problem. Half an hour later, he called me emergency to come into his platform. The guy took the auto trade, every single auto trade. Back then we had 10 auto trades. Now we have 15, 16, I don't know how many we have. And he turned on every single auto trade on every instrument. One auto trade was open position, the other auto trade was closing position. Within half an hour, he generated over 300 trades live. When I came in, I dropped out of my chair, you know, and I flattened out everything. The guy, I mean, you know, he got so excited that he turned on every auto trade on every instrument. And we specifically told him to learn. So also you have to, when you are trying to develop, it's not about put a super glue on an ATR and call it an auto trade. We are on a total different level after we experience disasters. And here it is, because this guy, he's not gonna recognize what he's done. It always be my fault, because whether he make money or lose money, it's always gonna be my fault. So when we are trying to make an auto trade, it's no longer about development. It's trying to, we understand how those people behave, especially the newcomers. And then you have to develop something they're not going to fall on their heads immediately. So we always consider this guy is like my kids. They have an ear problem. My kids, they don't listen. They are adults, of course. And maybe this customer don't have ears to listen like my kids. So there's nothing wrong with it. I don't have ears with my wife either. I have an ear problem. When my wife is talking to me, I don't listen very well. So we all have some kind of ear problems. So the development in 2022 is not just a stupid indicator, super glue it on an auto trade. The algorithm has become much smarter, and you always have to think about somebody else is using better tools than you, so you always have to keep up with the latest technology so you will not feel you are behind. So all those details, when we are considering to develop something, and here's a guy come in with an ATR auto trade, and he want to kick everybody's butt and take their seats. Do you really think he has a chance? No. On top of that, he wants to trade a Renko. Do you really think he has a chance? He's dead before he even was born in the trading. He's a dead meat. You know, he's gonna be a dead meat in the market. It's a suicide. So all this, it is not easy to think about any idiot can super glue an ATR and a trailing stop and a stop loss. The problem is in 2022 is not the same. It's not. It's much more advanced. The algorithm is extremely smart, and we cannot keep up with the technology even when we do the update 35 times a year. We still cannot even, by the time we think we finished, here's a new thing come out. For the last 10, 15 years, we always thought we're done, and then 2 weeks later we find out we can do better, then we can do better, then we can do better. And there we go, we are testing this auto trade, and as we see, we can find a bug in here that it did 3,395, but it did not close properly because should be stop trading. So this is now we found a bug on this because we are testing it. So we will go ahead and monitor what's going on, because should not be taking a trade after it hit over $1,000, and it seems like there is. We'll re-examine what's going on this one here. So this is a small details can be fixed within 24 hours, but I will keep monitoring to see if there's anything happen in this one here. So let's go back to the trading. When the market was going up, we told you that it was weakness on those market analyzer at the beginning, and we told you it was a week-long trade. And as you see, this is we were predicting it from the momentum, from the pressure in the market. We were seeing that the market is not going to be strong trend to the long side. As we see right now, the sellers, they are way above the buyers. And now if we look at the momentum in the market, indicating we have a very strong short. So when we determine from 1 to 30 minutes and from 1 to 30 minutes that the strong short trend, this is indicate us when we are auto trading how far we can go with that trade. Where is our destination in conjunction with the projection, reversal, support resistance, fib lines. Then we can determine or pinpoint where the maximized profit can be done in conjunction with the auto trade. So maximizing a winning trade on an auto trade, it is more important than the auto trades itself. As we see, let's say when we are, yes, you can use a trailing stop and stop loss in all our auto trades. You can use a trailing stop, stop loss, or automatic stop if the trend is changed. Yes, we have much more than just a stupid trailing stop and stop loss. Yes, using a trailing stop and a stop loss, as we talked about, you will never see no more than a couple of $300 on your trade. You will never see big trades. As an example, why we need to examine the momentum or the pressure in the market. If we take that trades here is automatic without a trailing stop, once the market changes direction, those are not ATR. This is not an ATR. As you see, there is yellow bars. This is a price line with a lot of stuff in it. The auto trade from here to here would have made much more than from here to here, because it's on automatic. When the market changes direction, it's gonna close the trade. You can add a trailing stop and a stop loss, but then you're not gonna see thousands of dollars on the trade. So the difference between one trader and another trader, taking the same trade in here, the guy is, the reason I'm saying it has to be in your blood trading, it's not a dishwasher machine, because there is a big different money, is twice as much between from that area to that area, or from that area somewhere around this area, another trader closed the trade. As an example here, we have over $3,000 right there, and if we examine, as an example, the NASDAQ, it doesn't matter what time frame you are using the NASDAQ, whether you are using 1 minute, 2 minutes, is irrelevant. Let me show you. This is a 1 minute. And this is 2 minutes. And they're both almost with the same range. Almost. Doesn't matter if you are using the 1 minute or you are using the 2 minutes. What is this market is telling us, and where is most likely we can maximize our profit? In this blue chart, you don't need to draw anything. Everything is automatic, like you're sitting in a cockpit. It tells you where you're gonna reverse. It tells you when you need to close. Give you indication how much pressure you have, how much pressure to the short side you have, and it gives you indication where most likely you need to close your auto trade. To maximize your profit, taking the motion away from the entry, and you manage the auto trade where the probability of maximizing your profit. By learning that, there is thousands of dollars a day you letting it out by not predicting the maximized profit on a winning trade. As an example, when we have this chart, when the market came into the support area, the system telling you buy. That means if you are on a short, buy. That means close trade. This is the symmetry right there. Those are not repaint. Again, those are not repaint. So when you are taking a trade and the symmetry start plotting on the one bar after, sometimes on the same bar, depends how fast the market, because they do not repaint. So when those plot on the top of the chart or on the bottom of the chart, that gives the indication for that trader to maximize his profit and get out. This is the indicator where always the market goes up and there is a re-entry short below that number. When the market come and hit the first time, most likely is gonna go back down. But anyway, if this market cross that line, that moving average, you don't need to be genius trader. What you need to do, you will go up here and you force close your chart because there is no more short trades. As we see, whether we are using the NASDAQ on 1 minute or 2 minutes, 1 minute before you had $5,000 on the 2 minutes, and you see right now you just shrinked it, or you smoked away $1,500. If you calculate, when you're not paying attention to the blue chart, if you are losing or smoking away $1,000 a day for the whole year, how much money you're smoking out of the window by refusing to look at the blue chart and trying to predict where most likely this market maximizing the profit, close NinjaTrader and get out of here. So for this guy, when he is treating the Autotrade as a dishwasher machine, and you tell him you need to look at your blue chart, why? When he say why should I do that? Do I have to do that? Can't your Autotrade do that for me? You know immediately that guy is not going to have success. Because no matter how fast or how smart the Autotrade it is, if you don't know how to manage your dishwasher machine, you're going to end up in a disaster. Irrelevant. Because the market comes in different colors every day. I cannot tell you tomorrow if the NASDAQ 2 minutes is going to make one big banana or if it's going to make $1,000. I will never know what this chart will make tomorrow until this NinjaTrader start tomorrow at 9:30. I can spot what's going on in the market, and then I can predict what is my schedule for today and where is my target from 9 to 11 o'clock morning session. As we see what we are talking about, the market came in exactly to this number. This is the number where I can make a decision to override the Autotrade and close position, or I can stay on, because one of the things is when you are trading, whether you are a manual trading or a dishwasher trading, it is exactly sitting in Las Vegas playing a blackjack. You cannot win every hand. You cannot win every time. It's a matter of time before your luck turn around. So the things is with auto trading, it is the whole idea with auto trading to simplify that, to catch a trend early in the morning and keep riding that trend till the last drop, and then run as fast as you can away from your computer. After 27 years, this is the only conclusion I have found out in the trading. You do not sit down, get in a suntan from your monitors all day long. Fatigue, making mistake, your eyes start crossing, you're hungry, you're tired, and you are become a disaster trading. You come in the morning focused, you look at your chart, 9:30 you dive in, 11 o'clock you start packing in, cashing in, and you get out. It took me 27 years to learn that. You're not going to be any brighter than that. Soon or later you will learn. You cannot beat the market all day long. Typically, you see that from when we logged in to help support and all this. Their auto trades never sleep. They are auto trading day and night. And this is wrong. This is wrong. Stand concentrating on the first 3 hours and go ahead. You don't have responsibilities like we do. Go enjoy life. If you have a good day, protect your day by not trading anymore. If you have a bad day, welcome to trading. Tomorrow you have another day to live. And as we see here, because this market did not break that line and we stayed down, now what we can see, those are the institutional numbers. What time is it? Let me show you. We always do that. 10:42. Where is the institutional number? Right there. Profit taken on target 1. 10:42. Profit taken on target 2. And it is finished for today. Your dishwasher become irrelevant. Sorry, your auto trade. Now I start calling it dishwasher. Your auto trade become irrelevant. Your trading style become irrelevant. Your indicators become junk. They are useless. And as I said, folks, there is no way you take a guy from a bodega, you clip his hair, you give him a soldier clothes, and this one now, 2 days later, he want to be captain. He has to earn it. So sadly, this a new beginner, when he comes into this market, everybody is an idiot except him. Everybody is trying to mistreat him because except him. You know, everything except him, which is nothing but him. He's not getting the idea that this is not the place you think you can bull yourself around or you can smooth your way around. No matter how smart we are, we're gonna get stuck. This is a filter. It's gonna separate boys from men. As we see here, the market came into target 1, profit taken. We know that. We don't budge. It's a profit taken. It is up to us to close this trade or up to us to stay in the trade. It's not the auto trade decision. It's the trader decision. If he's happy with the result, don't sit down and try to drag another 1,000 out of it. Close it. Close your computer so the devil don't play with your head, and run as fast as you can. I wish we have the same luxury as you do. Once you are done, you can close your computer. I wish we have this luxury. So, as we see right now, the market came into the target 1, profit taken. We said that. We're not surprised. And the market is going to get slapped from here again. It's 10:44. They're still going to go ahead and monk us around for another half an hour. By 12 o'clock, they're going to make us land at around 112. So this is where you need to evaluate, is it worth it to burn your nerve for another half an hour? Or you're happy for what you got? Or maybe they changed their mind, they're going to yank it to the long side right now. I don't know. The best way is, if you are happy with the number, the P&L, close it, leave, close your computer, so the devil will not play with your head, and call it off for today. So now, as we see, after the profit taking, the market got stuck in this area, and it seems like, do you think the Nasdaq is going to go higher? No. The Nasdaq is going to get stuck somewhere around there, waiting on the ES. always keep your eye on the ES. Even if you are trading NASDAQ, keep your eye on the ES. If the ES able to break this area, NASDAQ is going to fly. If the ES not able to break this area, NASDAQ is going to drop. This is where you're going to make the most decision in your life, right there. So, 1 minute you had over 5,000 and now you have 900. Is it the auto trade performance or is it the trader performance? This is the question. It's the same auto trade, the same level, the same entry. This auto trade spit out for you $5,000-$6,000 on your table. You didn't pick it up because you didn't bother to look. So is it the auto trade problem or is it the trader problem? This is the question you have to ask yourself. I can use a trailing stop. Yes, you can use a trailing stop. You will never see $1,000 trade in your life. You will never see $1,000 because no matter what you do with the trailing stop, the market can find a way. The market can find a way to knock you out of that trade. So, what is the performance on that trade? It's the trader, not the auto trade. If you were using a trailing stop, I can go sit down and challenge everyone. When you are using a dummy trailing stop, which you can do with hours, you can put a trailing stop or all kind of trailing stops you want. From an ATR trailing stop to normal tick trailing stop to anything you want, from anything you want you can do. But the question is where we can find the maximize on that trade. When we are using a trailing stop, anything move a little bit back is gonna knock you out of that trade. Anything can move a little bit back, can knock you out of a good trade. How many times you had your auto trade, take in a trade, and you get stopped out by trailing stop, and then the market go another 1,000 or 2,000. On this new auto trade, you can use also trailing stop, stop loss, anything you want on it, and or you can have it automatic to turn around when the market is changing direction. The auto trade will take it. You know, on Monday, the Monday before, we have showed on the private webinar how you can determine when the market is over. I'm not gonna share this on the YouTube because I don't want some of our competitors to learn from us. But I will be showing that again on next webinar on Monday. We're not using a lot of a chart. We're just testing the ES and we are testing the YM NASDAQ on 1 minute and 2 minutes. That's all what we are doing right now. We're not going on a full speed with this new auto trade. And this one is not optimized, by the way. I have not optimized it. I'm using it straight out of the box. I'm not using any template. It just puts one entry. I don't know how many entries there is, maybe 5 or 6 entries on it. So because we are testing it, I'm just testing a little bit, but I have not optimized it. I have not done anything. Straight out of the box, and I'm testing the entries. That's it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a break, and we'll see what's going on in the market. Folks, that's all what we have for today. And again, to our traders, either email us your machine ID and the email you used, and on our site, not an email you used for your personal amusement. We need the email you started with us. Some of you have 6-7 emails, and we need the proper email to find you, confirm you, activate your license for the new Autotrader, please. I want to say thank you very much, and we will we wish you a safe trade for the rest of the day. Thank you. Bye.